What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. I got a nice little haul today from eBay that I thought I would share with you all. First off is this, it looks like a steampunk kind of character with the gas mask and a very bent giant wrench. And he's holding, it looks like a teddy bear on a leash. I don't know, interesting. And some kind of crazy backpack. But this was free, it's a free gift, so I'm not gonna say no to a free gift. Might incorporate him into base for like an artillery piece or something, maybe as like an advisor. I don't know. Interesting piece though. Next we've got, I ordered 3 sets of, I believe they're 25mm city ruins bases. And this company Hoplite, it's from China. They do all of this resin casting, and they include a little pocket there on the bottom of the bases for magnets to be put in. That's kind of the main reason why I decided to get these. Magnets are very popular in keeping your models organized. If you put them on a little metal sheet or something, you can transport them a lot easier. They won't go flying around in your carrying case. Okay, next I spent about 10 bucks on this like death guard-ish commissar. It's got the big coat and the gas mask. He looks really awesome in the product pictures. And then I get him and I'm like, womp womp. This quality is not so good. So definitely, like, before you spend hundreds of dollars on some of these vendors, if you're not casting them yourself, if you don't have your own 3D printing machine, I would say take a look, like get one thing from them first and see if the quality of their resin is up to snuff, because that right there, that's supposed to be a bolt pistol, and that does not look like anything. It looks pretty weedy and sad. And you know, sometimes it's the STL files, sometimes it's the quality of the resin that is like vaguely looks like a plasma pistol, but you know, his cape is too thick and chunky. From the front, he looks okay. I think if you give him a good enough paint job, I can probably try to sell him for like 30 or 40 bucks once he's all painted up, hopefully on eBay, cross your fingers. But I'm gonna put him together and show you how I decided to configure him with the power sword. You don't get any other options except for the sword. And I am using this Bob Smith super glue accelerator. So I'm gonna put a link in the description. The super glue that I found is like a thick, almost like a gel. It's perfect because it doesn't leak and spread everywhere like a thin super glue would. And I feel that it helps more when you feel that thickness of the gel, and you can kind of press the model together and it holds. I feel like it holds a little bit better. So I'm gonna go, look at that. That's supposed to be a las pistol. That looks like a water gun, like literally. It is terrible. So I've decided in the end to go with the plasma pistol and the power sword. Don't really have a choice with the power sword, but the plasma pistol, in the offhand, I think I can do a pretty nice little spot color of blue for like a glowy effect. And you know that even if you don't see any pictures of what this guy's supposed to look like all built up, you know that the arms are supposed to be down, because if you look at the epaulettes, they are not flipping in different directions. Gravity isn't playing with them at all. So I'm gonna have them like down at his side as he's striding purposefully forward into the foe, into the fire. And I think you know, there's just a couple of complaints I have about this figure. I think I saw him and I was like, oh, that's really cheap. It's like about 10 bucks for a commissar figure. It's nothing special, but you know, once you actually get the product in your hand, it's like, oh, this is why it's so cheap. It's just not that great. Some of them are. This one, in this case, I was a little underwhelmed. Like, look how thin that shoulder is. Anyways, we will see how that looks when it's painted up. I'm going to give him the standard Deathcore of Krieg colors that I use across my entire army. And moving on now, I found this interesting conversion set of torsos. It's 10 Desert Reavers, I think it's called. And they're the torsos with like a oxygen tank on the back of the backpack. And they've got like a little speaker system hanging over the shoulder, and the gas masks and the head wrappings. So these are perfect Tallarn conversion kits, And this is something I've been asking for a while. Like, you've got all of these great flavorful regiments, Games Workshop, like your Mordians, your Vostroyans, your Tallarn Desert Raiders, your Valhallan Ice Warriors. You have all this great opportunity to utilize the basic Cadian Shock Troop box, and with a simple switch of a torso and a head, have an entirely different look. Like, once these guys are built out, I cannot wait to give it a try. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that they're not going to fit as well on the current Cadian Shock Troopers as they would for the old ones, which was not the old ones, like Call of Cthulhu, but the old Cadian Shock Troops were just literally legs cut off at the waist, and you just slap on a torso and then put on the arms. Like this, you see how the waist is like flat? The new Cadian Shock Troops, some of them have pouches sticking up, canteens, different sorts of things. So I'm afraid I'm going to need to be diving around in my bits box to look for some of the old school Cadian Shock Trooper pants. But we'll see how that turns out. So this is a project I'm going to have to put on the back burner for now. Like I said, this is the week when I'm going to be going to visit my lady bosses, my in-laws, my lady boss's family. And so I'm not going to be able to take my entire studio with me. I have to pick and choose which projects I'm working on. And I did get this in the mail today, which is why I wanted to share it with you all. Just a lot of fun. This is my second to favorite delivery. And I want to share this with you guys. It's the Grim Guard, which is the company is called Station Forge, and they have this faction called the Grim Guard, which is basically Death Corps of Krieg, and they are very creative with it. I've ordered some Grim Guard like halfling snipers, so they're like halflings with the gas masks and the trench coats. This is called Grim Guard Comrades, and the idea is that there's a fireplace, and you've got 5 Grim Guard soldiers just taking it easy. So you got one here, looks like he's got no arms, but he's really sharpening his knife. You've got this one here with his mask off, smoking a cigarette, and he's got a free hand that's just holding the log that he's sitting on. You got the guitar guy in the back. You got this happy-go-lucky guy who's raising a beer bottle and toasting the others. It's a cute little scene. I actually was thinking of using this for an artillery base, like a field ordnance gun, to show that they are not Cadian Shock Troopers, because again, the ordnance gun batteries, like the crewmen, are all Cadian Shock Troopers. So you have to find a different way of signifying, like if you're running a Mordian Iron Guard army, or if you're doing like Vostroyans, or you know what I mean? Why can't I think of anything? Like Tallarn Desert Raiders, you're not going to have the regular Cadian Shock Trooper guys. You're going to want to have guys that match the rest of your army. So I thought, oh, this is a cute little diorama. It's interesting sculpts. They're in interesting poses. They look like they're just relaxing. So maybe I'll have these guys on a field ordnance gun base. And I'm going to include the links to the super glue that I'm using, as well as the Bob Smith Industries super glue accelerator. They go hand in hand. They are a magical combination. If you work with resin, and if you're tired of your fingers getting stuck together and layers of skin getting ripped off every time you work with super glue because you have clumsy ogre sausage fingers like I do, then you're going to find this combination works fantastically well. Just a little dollop of this super glue gel, and press your pieces onto it. I actually found that with this, the arms for the knife sharpening guy, that they, I guess the warping of the resin made the arms stick out a little bit, so I had to actually press and hold them. So I did that off camera in about a second. I'm gonna just take it and hold it in place while I spray the Bob Smith accelerator. Yeah, but I found a great link on Amazon, so I'm going to share that. It's an affiliate link, so if you do decide to purchase it, then I will be earning a small commission. But like I said, if you're a hobbyist and you have not used super glue accelerator of any kind, then you work with metal and resin, I highly suggest that you get it, because it's going to really change how you approach assembling your miniatures. You're not going to be dreading getting all of that super glue gunk on your fingers. All right, here we go. 4 guys there just hanging around a fire, and here's the 5th one to join them. Spread them out a little bit. These don't come with any kind of base, so they would fit like really seamlessly onto one of those big field ordnance gun bases, or you could also have them as like an objective marker, put them on a piece of scenery. I don't think you could put them onto a vehicle. They're a little too relaxed to look like they're driving around the battlefield, sitting on top of a Lehman Russ tank. But I really love the flavor, the character of these sculpts. Each one is different, and they have different moods and expressions, and I think they're just really nice expressions. I say expressions, but like 3 of them have gas masks on. It's funny seeing a Deathcore of Creed guy playing the guitar. I call him Paul McCreagney. There they are, all 5 of them. And that campfire right in the middle, perfect. So yeah, again, if you guys are interested, just look on eBay. There are a bunch of sellers who have the rights to cast and commercial rights to sell these Station Forge bits. Now this isn't Station Forge. This is something completely different. I looked again because I thought, oh, maybe I want to order another one. I don't know why I would, but it's the incredibly handsome Abaddon and Guilliman heads. And here you have 2 wreaths of garland to go around Guilliman's head. I don't know why you get 2, but they are so thin and flimsy, like so incredibly thin and flimsy. You really need to be careful when you're assembling that. And then you have these 2 pieces right here. If you could see, like they look like little pockets, and the heads go into there, and that whole thing slots into the model itself. So I'm not too sure how it works. I think it is legit, and it works in that way. Like, you don't put the head directly into the model. You have to put the head onto this little holder, and then you put the holder into the armor where the head would be. I just love this face though. And then you can tell who's who because Guilliman does not have a hole in the top of his head. He's oh man, what an impulse buy. Look at the cheeks and the chin. Oh, fantastic. I'm so excited. I've never been excited to paint Abaddon to this spoiler. I've never been excited, and this is like gonna make it so much more enjoyable to me. But yeah, I wanted to look online and see, well, maybe I'll get another one if I want to actually sell these guys and build more than a couple of them, because they were only only $10. And the effect it's going to have is going to be terrific. But I went and it said they're sold out. Who knows if they're going to make more. I might have been one of the last people to buy an incredibly handsome Abaddon. And if I am, then I'm not going to sell them for anything. Oh man, but that's it, you guys. Day 4 of my summer painting challenge. I was really just packing up the house, getting my family ready to go, because we're going to be gone for about a month. And I'm going to be taking what I can, especially everything I'm planning on working on for the summer painting challenge. Enough paints to get me through. There is a hobby store in the area, but you know, if I can save money, I've already got materials, then I'm going to be working remotely, just like I do every summer. Excuse me. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Which was your favorite of the haul from eBay today? Let me know. I can't wait to hear from you, and head on over to the Discord where we have a lot more going on over there. And if you're interested in becoming a channel member, if you value the work that I do and you would like to support me monetarily, then look at the different tiers that I have. And thank you for my from the bottom of my heart for any kind of support that you send my way, even if it's just a like and a comment. All right, players, we'll see you tomorrow for day number 5.